So it's that time of the year again where a lot of people are drafting different New Year resolutions and they're telling themselves New Year, New Me, and all of that. And you find out that even before February or March, they are unable to stick to whatever thing that they have said is their New Year resolution. So in this video, I'm just going to be sharing a couple of things that I've learned in this year, especially in my trading journey. And I hope that you gain something from it and then you can apply it to your own journey. And generally, if you are a young person from Africa, especially if you're a young person from anywhere in the world and you are tired of having these New Year resolutions that are almost impossible to stick to, in this video I'm just going to be sharing what has helped me for the past couple of years and what I think that can also benefit you if you adhere to them. So I'm just going to be showing you 5 things that I think that if you incorporate them into your everyday lifestyle, you'll see yourself smashing those, and you don't really have to stick to those hard New Year resolutions that you find difficult to stick to. Okay, so I hope that this video is going to help you. Please, before we go, smash that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can share the video to anybody who you feel that would need this sort of thing in this year. Having said that, do stay to the end of this video because I'm sure that we are going to learn a thing or two that will help you. Hi, welcome back. My name is Chidalo. You may be wondering why I am seated here instead of being on my computer showing you something or doing a tutorial. I just wanted to share, just communicate with you. It will be more of a conversation than a tutorial. So before I go further, what actually prompted this video was a post I made on some of my groups on WhatsApp. If you don't know what WhatsApp is like a private messaging app that is very common here in West Africa, specifically Nigeria. So I posted this, and I don't know if you can see it. I posted this on my groups and it just came to me and I just said, okay, let me just post this and see how people are actually faring, especially now that the year is closing and another year is about to start. And I asked, quick one, are you proud of your finances this year? Click on any of the options below, and the options below here were, yes, I am super proud of everything I accomplished financially. The second option was, no, I think I didn't push myself enough. The third option was, it is the fault of the Nigerian government. And finally, I don't understand what happened this year. I have just been broke throughout. It just came to me and I said, okay, let me just post this. And to my surprise, majority of people went for option 2 and option 3. It says, no, I didn't push myself hard enough. And finally, I do not understand what happened this year. I think I am very pleased that a lot of people were honest with themselves. They knew that they actually didn't push themselves. You know, a lot of people like to push the blame, because I saw I think a few of them said it's the fault of the Nigerian government. When I read that, I was just laughing, like, why would you say that? Of course, I know that yes, it is not, we're not in the most perfect condition in Nigeria, but we can't keep waiting for them, right? So I think I'm more glad that a lot of people were honest to the point of acknowledging that they think that them not reaching their financial goals for this year was as a result of them not pushing themselves hard enough. And I think that is a really good start. Unfortunately, just very few people clicked the first option, which is, yes, I'm super proud of everything I accomplished. A lot of others went for, no, I didn't push myself enough. And then the last one, I don't understand what happened this year. I've just been broke throughout. After reading all of this, I kept thinking, like, what exactly is stopping people from, even if you know that yes, you actually have to put in the work, you know that yes, your faith depends totally on you, right? Your faith is in your hands, and then you seem not to push yourself enough. And then I kept thinking, it may be that they didn't really know how to actually get those results. I remember the time I used to be a broke, some of you do not know, but there was a time I used to be a broke primary school teacher. I was teaching grade 6 in Lagos, Nigeria. If you don't know what grade 6 is, it's just like, we call it, you either call it primary 6, grade 6, year 6. I don't know what that is in your own country's educational system, but this is like the last class you take before you go into college or into secondary education. So I was taking this class, and everybody who knew me, they knew that I was really frustrated because it was not Financially, I was just down totally. I was always broke. And a lot of people now who know me now, they keep asking, how were you able to move from such person to what you are today? All right, being financially free, doing your business from your house or anywhere in the world that you are. And I tell them, if you actually want to succeed, it all depends on you. I remember that those times I used to be up at night. I would go to work, come back, and from the time I come back to late in the night, maybe 12 or 1 a.m. in the morning, or even 2 a.m. in the morning, I kept studying. I kept studying and studying because I knew that I had seen people making money online, and I knew that yes, it wasn't just going to fall on my laps. So I knew that I had to push myself, because if I actually wanted to leave that place where I was working, I had to push myself to do the things that were not comfortable. So in this video, I'm just going to be sharing some tips that I feel that is going to help you, because they helped me and I've been using them from that time for years now, and they have been working perfectly for me. A lot of people come here and say, oh, New Year resolution, let me start this new business this year, let me start this new job this year. But 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the line, they find it difficult to stick to it. They find it difficult to stick to the routine. Even those who say they want to become entrepreneurs, it's very difficult for them to keep to it. They keep jumping from one thing to another. They are unable to stick to one thing and see it through to the end. So if you are one of those people who come up with this New Year resolution thing, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it really doesn't work. You have to actually be committed from your heart. It's not really about the hype of New Year, new me. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to actually change your life, if you're not really tired of where you are, it'll be very difficult for you to put in the commitment, the discipline it will take to move from point A to point B. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing like 5 things that I think that you should know if you want to excel this year. So it doesn't matter, even if you are not a trader, even if in whatever kind of business that you do, online or offline, I believe that these things I'm going to share with you in this video are going to help you. Number 1, rely on discipline more than motivation. You know, some people, after watching this kind of video or any other kind of motivational video, they get pumped and tell themselves, oh, this year, this is the year I'm going to. There's this saying that was even common, if you are very familiar with the Nigerian online space. Sometime in I think late 2022 or late 2023, a lot of people were like, oh, no grief for anybody, no grief for anybody. What it actually is, translation to English, meant that they were going to do all they could, right? They were not going to give any room for excuses or any room for laziness or procrastination. They were going to go all out to hit their goals. But the truth is, a lot of people who said that and who partook in that hype and that saying that time, even that was barely 2 or 3 months after that, a lot of people actually, some didn't even remember what they wrote as their goals. Some didn't remember what their New Year resolution was. And then you see that 6 months down the line, maybe sometime in June or July, you see them trying to find something else to start that is totally different from what they started the year with. I personally think if you cannot see something through for at least 12 months, you shouldn't even be there. Okay, because a lot of things, especially if they are worthwhile, will not actually start yielding the kind of profit you are looking for, or yielding the kind of results you are looking for in less than 12 months. So if you are not willing to put in the determination to see it to the end, then you shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. Anything you're choosing to do at the beginning of this year, if you know that you would not be disciplined enough to see it through to the end, because you would not find motivation every day. Unfortunately, that is the truth. You would not find motivation to do the things that you are required to do every day. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like, if you run an online business, some days you wake up and you don't feel like dealing with the suppliers, you don't feel like dealing with your annoying customers, you don't feel like dealing with delivery people, you don't feel like doing all those, you don't feel like pushing your business, you don't feel like creating content that will help you gain a lot of customers or followers. You will not always feel motivated. Some days you'll be tired, some days it will seem totally impossible for you. You just want to lay on your bed and while away time. Which brings me to the next point. The next point is ensure that you have a schedule, right? Ensure that you have a schedule. Ensure that you have, like, map out a timetable for yourself that you would stick to, right? Stick to. And even if it is difficult for you to stick to, sometimes I personally, even the days I find myself very lazy to do all the things that I want to do, I do something else. I don't leave out an open time. I do something else to replace that. So when I'm energized to do all of those things, I come back strong and I do even more of the things I'm supposed to do. So let's say I have a target to maybe study for 6 hours, and I know that I'm very pumped for that day. I study for 6 hours and do something else that is productive as well, so that the days I feel lazy to do those things, it is already made up for. Number three, set a target for work, not for reward. If you tell yourself, okay, by in the next 6 months I'm supposed to get a house, buy a car, do all of these things, the money for those things will not just appear to you, right? There is a level of work you have to put in for you to begin to see the results that will then bring you those things. That is what you should be focusing on, not the reward for it. So let's say I run a physical business, and I know that in a week I have to make 10 videos for my product, or I know I have to make 20 videos for my product, or I have to make 30 videos for my product. That is what I should be focusing on, not how much I will get from customers who are attracted by those videos. I hope it makes sense. So when you tell yourself, okay, this is what I want to go on a vacation in the next 6 months, there's a level of work that you have to put in to give you the money that would allow you to go for that vacation. That is what you should be focusing on. That is what you should be setting target for yourself. Ask yourself, how much more of this work would I have to do to bring in this result? That is what you should be doing. That is what you should be focusing on. Every day you wake up in the morning, that is what you should think about. That is what you should work towards, not actually going for the vacation. Because what a lot of people do not understand is that money is a result of what you are actually doing. It's a result of the work that you have put in. It's a result of the hard work and the smart work that you have put in. Okay. Then number 4, journal and tick your boxes. I know it sounds very cliche, but it works. And I would say it is something that I even struggled with this year, and I intend to make improvements on it next year. I've noticed that on days where I actually sit down and strike out the targets that I have met, and also write down the goals for maybe the coming day, the coming week, the coming months, I find that I do more of what I even say I would do in those days or those months or those times that I actually sit down to, maybe at the end of every day or the end of every week, sit down and actually put those things in writing. I know that you work a lot, especially with your brain, but then there's so much that your brain can do. Why not put those things in writing, so that at least you're working with something? You can say, okay, today, Monday, I'm supposed to accomplish this, this, and this. You strike it out. Tuesday, I'm supposed to do this and this. It's easier for you to actually tick out what you have accomplished, and it is easier for you to see exactly what you should be doing, just so that you don't even forget. That's another thing. It will even help you not to forget the things that you ought to do. Another one is have a target, and not just have a target. Let that target come with a deadline. So you may tell yourself that, okay, I'm going to read a book, right? I'm going to read 10 books this year. It shouldn't be that way. You should say, I'm going to read 10 books before you put in a date. So you're working with a deadline, not actually just randomly saying, okay, I'm supposed to read 10 books this year. 10 books this year, you may tell yourself, okay, it will also give you room for unnecessary procrastination, because you say, of course, there's still time, and before you know it, it is January to December all over again, and you haven't done what you said you're going to do. A lot of people are very guilty of this. They say, okay, I will, and at the end of the day, they never do it. And it's not like they do not want to. It's not like they did not find motivation. They just felt they had a lot of time. They felt that time was still on their side. And this is one thing that, is it self-deception? Should I call it self-deception? A lot of people say, we have time, I have the time, don't worry, there's still time. And before you know it, January to December, all of the goals that they have planned out for themselves, all of the targets, they have not met any, or maybe they have not even gotten up to half. And then you ask yourself, what have I been doing all of this month? It's just because you haven't set a target. Let every month, every week have a target. Let every day have a target. At the end of this day, I should have completed this task. I should have done this. And then you go over again with your journal. You strike out the ones that you have done. Is a better way to actually measure your progress than just saying it in your head that I will do it. There are a lot of things that your head should be worried about: your family, your close relationship with your friends, and all of that. Okay, so the ones that you can actually put down, it's better you put them down. It's better you set realistic target for yourself, and then make sure that you are following them. Okay, set realistic, actionable plan. Okay, you tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. By the time you do those little things and then you accumulate them, at the end of the month you see that, okay, yes, this thing is what I've done, and then you use it to re-strategize for the coming month. And then another one is, there is no competition. Nobody is competing with you. People are so engrossed in their lives and nobody is paying attention to you. Okay, you are not in competition with anybody. Whether somebody got a job before you, somebody started a business before you, somebody got married before you, nobody really cares. Everybody is so focused on their life. Nobody is thinking about you. You are the only one who is supposed to take your welfare, your well-being into consideration, because nobody is going to do that for you. So there's no competition anywhere. It is better you find ways to connect more with people of like minds who are doing the same thing that you are doing, or who you aspire to be. I have once met somebody who said the reason he was unable to learn crypto trading in the last bull run was simply because the person who he saw was making it in crypto was way younger than him. The person was a teenager, and I'm like, if you know that a teenager is going to give you the results, if you know that a teenager is more knowledgeable than you and has something that you need, what exactly is your pride and ego for? Has he fed you before? He said, no. How would he be going and asking somebody? I said, my dear, you are really not serious. Nobody is competing with you. The young lad may not even be aware of your age difference. It is you that knows about it, and for that singular little reason, you have missed out on an opportunity. You have missed out on everybody knows how big the crypto industry is. You have missed out on an opportunity simply because you are looking at the age, you are looking at the accomplishments of that young person. It doesn't really matter. If you know that somebody else has the knowledge that you need that will take you from point A to point B, there's no competition. It's better you connect more with that person than trying to compete with the person. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I hope that this video has helped you in any little way possible. If it has, subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash that like button, share this video, and drop in your comments if there's anything that you also think has helped you this year and you feel that it's going to help other people to succeed in whatever career that they have chosen. Please put them in the comment section. I will be here to read them, and I hope that others too will read them and also apply it to their lives. See you in the next video. Happy holidays.